Hi, I'm Juanita. Do you know what this is? These are duck tortillas. They are delicious. If you'd like to learn how to make them, stick with me and I'll show you how it's done. Hi, this is Juanita. Happy 420. Today is the day to go buy all of your goodies at the dispensary for a reduced price, so go for it. This is a roasted duck. It's already been put in the fridge and chilled, and I'm getting ready to take the skin off of it. I've actually been taking the skin off of it and cut the good lean meat off and make duck tortillas. It's probably not something that you've ever done or tasted, but I'll tell you, they're really, really good. There isn't a lot of meat on ducks, so I'm adding other stuff to make it a little more tasty. Anyway, if you're interested in learning how to make duck tortillas, stick with me and I'll show you how it's done. Over here I have some giblets from the duck that I'm just cooking up. I've also been throwing some of the duck skin in here to kind of crisp it up. I'll probably use it in eggs, scrambled eggs in the morning for breakfast. You can't let anything go to waste. And I also hang on to all the duck fat because it also is a very nice luxury item that is nice to cook your eggs in and put on your vegetables, and it's very expensive if you try to find it in a store. I put on a pair of gloves and I took as much meat as I possibly could off the duck bones. I'm not saving the duck bones to make broth because I really don't like the taste of the broth. I took the extra stuff I didn't want to put in the tacos or the tortillas, and I put them over here in the frying pan with the giblets. And I'm just going to use them for breakfast and maybe mix them in with some vegetables. Now with ducks, like I was saying, you don't really get a whole lot of meat. So this is the good stuff that I'm going to chop up and put into the frying pan and mix in the vegetables and so on. So this also, don't throw away your duck fat, whatever you do. Like I was saying before, it's very expensive if you can even find it in a store. So I've got a bunch down there and I'm just going to pour it through a sieve and clean it up a little bit and put it in the freezer. I'm going to put some of these duck drippings into the pan. I have cut up a bunch of the vegetables. I'm going to start with them first. I'm surprised I don't feel like I have much duck grease this time. That's okay. I've got the stove turned on medium, and I want to show you what I've got in the way of vegetables. Well, first off, I've got celery. That's 3 stalks of celery. That's about 2 cups of diced up carrots and onions diced up. This is a 1/2 cup. 1 really big jalapeno. So I've also got cilantro. I'm going to cut it up and use about half of this bunch in this. I also have 4 cloves of diced up garlic. I'm working off of memory with this particular recipe. One of my favorite restaurants in New Orleans, the chef made 3 duck burritos, no, 3 duck tacos for me as a complimentary item. And I'll tell you, it was the best thing I've ever eaten. So I'm hoping, based on my memory of how they tasted, that I'm going to be able to recreate the recipe. So wish me luck. I'm just going to start sauteing the raw vegetables as we speak. You don't want to put too many in there because you want the duck to be the king of your dish. So I'm just putting enough vegetables to enhance the flavor and not overwhelm the tortilla. So that's about 2 big spoonfuls of the drippings off of your roasted duck, and of course 1 whole roasted duck that has been deboned. You've got about 1.5 cups of celery, about 2 cups of diced up carrots, 1/2 of an onion diced, 4 cloves, make it about 4 cloves of garlic. It comes out to about, I'd say, 2 generous tablespoons of garlic. And this this jalapeno was really big, so you might need to use 2 or 3 smaller jalapenos in order to make it happen. And then I'm just sauteing it in the duck drippings, and I'm going to wait until it gets kind of soft, and I'll add the duck. So in the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and chop up the duck. I'm adding a teaspoon of ground cumin. Not quite, that's a little much. I'm also adding a few shakes of black pepper. I would just do it to taste. I also like to add a little bit of regular cooking wine. It's just a cheap Chardonnay, about 1/2 cup. And also, I've got some chipotle peppers here. I'm going to add just a little tiny bit of this. Okay, let's see. Just a little bit of the sauce that's around the peppers. I love this stuff. And I made a mess. I might add a little bit more. This is one of those taste it and see if you added enough or not. I'm so happy the jalapeno didn't kill me. I always have to dress in a hazmat suit just to cut one up. This smells really good. I haven't added any salt yet. I want to wait. The duck was seasoned with pepper and salt, a little bit of Berber spices. Just season it any way you like as far as spices go, but you do need to add salt and pepper into the cavity on the outside. So I'm going to let this simmer, and then I'm going to continue cutting up the duck. I'm going to add about half of this bunch of cilantro, and then the other half I'm going to save back for putting on top of the tacos. I find a scissors works best for me. If you're not a cilantro lover, of course you can leave this out. Coming right along. As soon as these get soft, I'll go ahead and add the duck, cook it up, and then I'm going to warm up the tortillas. You can use either corn or flour. I'm just using small flour tortillas. and some of the drippings in another pan, duck drippings in a separate frying pan. Warm up the tortillas, and then I'll fill them with the duck and the vegetables and put a little bit of mozzarella on top. Fold them over. I think they'll be ready to eat. I would normally make a side of Spanish rice to go with most of these Mexican style suppers. I haven't gotten the rice started yet, so this is probably just going to be the duck tortillas. Okay, I'm going to start cutting up this duck. Sorry about that, I'm very noisy tonight. Just about like this is fine. I like these glass boards because they're so easy to clean no matter what you cut up on them. But I know they're noisy too, so sorry about that. So anyway, I think you get the idea. Just cut it up, dice it up, make it look like it's shredded, dice cubed, so you can easily put them into the tortillas and fold them over. I think my knife needs to be sharpened, so when I run into a piece of meat that I can't get the knife to dice up like it should, like for instance this piece, that's a little bit of skin, I can use my scissors and I can get it where I want it to be. I just wanted to keep you in the circle. This is the last bit of duck meat that I'm adding. Watch out for bones. Even though I thought I was being real careful, I still managed to find these little rib bones in the meat. So chopping it up real fine like this helps. It looks a little bit dry to me, so I'm going to add a little more wine, and then I'm going to let it all meld together for a few more minutes, and then we'll taste it and see if it needs anything at all. Well, maybe you end up putting about a cup of wine in here. Heck, I don't know. But you know it won't get you drunk because the alcohol just burns off, so it's okay. It looks good, it smells good. This is a domestic duck. I bought it at the grocery store. I'm not that fond of wild duck. It does taste a little bit gamey. I do love venison. I love elk. But duck, probably want to get it at the store. Although I'm not saying don't cook it if you shot it. Hi guys. Okay. I'm going to stir it around just a little bit more. Take a bite and see if it's ready to go into the tortillas. It's hot. And of course everybody knows that duck is all dark meat. So it's very, very flavorful. It's very, very hot. No, not that bad. Okay. I'm going to add some more salt. I'm going to add a little more pepper, and I think I'll add some more cumin as well. You know, it needs a little bit more seasoning to really brighten up my dish. So I ended up adding more salt, more black pepper, it was a full teaspoon of the cumin. You know, I had dumped some off and only added part of it. So be generous with the cumin. I added a little more wine, and I added the entire can of the chipotle peppers. It was a 7.5 ounce can. So I'm going to try it again, and then I'll show you what it looks like. And then of course you know that I put the half a bunch of cilantro in there towards the end. I can't think of anything else. More spicy. Oh, and I sprinkled in some red chili peppers. But I like mine spicy. This is spicy, and I like that. Let me show you what it looks like. Stir it around for a second. Okay, here it is. Now I'm going to get the tortillas ready and heat them up a little bit in some of the duck drippings and put the mozzarella on, and it'll be ready to serve. Getting ready to finish off some of these duck tortillas. And kind of warm that up a little bit. Now, if you really like duck, you're gonna love these duck tortillas. A little bit of mozzarella, a little bit of cilantro. Gosh, it already smells so good the minute you get it in the frying pan. Hot, hot, hot. Just try to get that mozzarella to melt a little bit. That's just olive oil in the bottom. I didn't have any duck fat left over, so I had to make do. Whatever I spill out, I just stuff it back in. Oh, it's still nice and hot. I'll sprinkle a little bit of mozzarella on it, a little bit of cilantro on it. Get another one in here. I have enough actually for a couple more of these tortillas. Trying to get better at flipping these over. There's definitely a technique involved, and apparently I may not have that technique, but I'm working on it, okay? I'm working on it. Try beating it down. A little bit of cilantro. We're gonna give this a taste here in a minute as soon as this all cools down a little bit. Okay, it smells divine. I'm just going to keep going till I run out of duck meat. 3 duck tortillas. Now, I'm going to give them a taste and see if they're as good as they smell. If you love duck, you need to make this one. Well, it's time for us to try the duck tortillas. Real easy to make. Hopefully delicious. Nope. It's good. Let me pull the whole one out here so you can kind of see. It's good. Pair it up with a little bit of Spanish rice and I'll have a whole meal. That's delicious. So if you like the video, give me a thumbs up and subscribe, and thank you for watching. Bye.